Thanks for staying with us at STL Live. I'm Sarah Bernard, and my guests are Sara Johnson-Cardona of the St. Louis Crisis Nursery and Karlos Ramirez of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Karlos, we were just at the end of the last segment talking a little bit about how the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce has been involved with the Crisis Nursery and about the Hispanic community in St. Louis. Let's dive into that a little bit more. Let's talk about the changes over the last few decades here in St. Louis of the Hispanic growth.
Yeah, sure. So fortunately, the Hispanic Chamber has been around for 35 years, but we've only actually had paid staff for about 8 years. And in that time, the population, according to the 2010 census, in the city we have grown 59%, in the county 72%, in the state 79%, and in the metro area 82%. Recently, we've also learned that the overall population in the metro area by 2040 will grow only 0.8%. Meanwhile, the Hispanic population 10 years sooner in 2030, we will grow anywhere from 65 to 85%. And so that's where a lot of the need pops up. Our chamber has grown 184% in that time. And fortunately, our corporate members has grown 615%. So the needs that we have in the community, and while we focus on bringing value to our members in a networking environment, or the larger corporations are trying to tap into the Hispanic workforce, Hispanic buying power, or to fulfill some supplier diversity initiatives. And of course, our Hispanic-owned businesses are trying to either get training or to get some assistance in meeting other people, whether it be for legal, for loans, or for contracts with larger corporations. So the need has grown dramatically. We've since learned that there are anywhere between 3,000 and 4,000 Hispanic-owned businesses in the metro area. And so our staff has gone from me and a support staff to now there are 5 of us as we're trying to capture as much of that population as possible.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's amazing growth. That I mean, you're kind of blowing me away with these numbers. So the growth, so the presence of Hispanics in St. Louis is not even to be questioned. It's growing and growing. How is St. Louis working or successfully for this this growth, and maybe what are some of the opportunities?
I think what we've been doing is just being invited to the table. You know, and I think historically diversity in St. Louis has been black and white. And because the Hispanic population has been growing so fast, followed by the Asian population, as a metropolitan area, we're really starting to look more like most of the other metropolitan areas. So by us getting involved with United Way, with the St. Louis Sports Commission, with the Economic Development Partnership, with Contractor Loan Fund, and many other organizations like that that are really looking to diversify and grow the economic development of the city, I think we're at the table. And I think that helps us to be counted and considered, particularly because we are going to be growing so much.
Yeah. And so at what point did you get involved with St. Louis Crisis Nursery?
They joined about 2016. And so as I mentioned, that's, 2015, 2016, our membership for nonprofits has grown dramatically. And I think that happens because we have so many high-level people working with us, Hispanics, but then of course we also have the blue-collar workers that have needs and that work with us through creating small businesses. And so as we learned that some of their population is involved with us, I think it was a natural connection to come together and see how we can help them out and how they could also help inform the community about what we do as well.
Right. And Sara, what are some of the services that you all at St. Louis Crisis Nursery are providing to the Hispanic community?
Yeah, so the people who are coming for our services are largely affected by mental health issues, primarily symptoms of PTSD, so trauma in general. 99% of the clients we serve have experienced some type of life-threatening trauma before they came.
These are the adults
to the United
who are
States.
Bringing the children. Okay,
right.
So before they've come to the United States, they've experienced this. So
yeah. Yeah, so we provide mental health services for them, and then also obviously the transition to being in the United States with limited English proficiency leaves navigating the systems here being really challenging. And so having enough food, finding a job, getting health insurance for their children, knowing what resources to access is all a really big struggle. And so we help with all of that.
And have Spanish-speaking staff to help.
Yeah, so all of the staff in the Latino Outreach Program are completely fluent in Spanish.
Okay, very good. All right, Sara's going to stay with us. Karlos, we're going to say goodbye to you in just a moment. How can people find out more about Hispanic Chamber of Commerce?
They can visit our website, which is www.hcc STL.com, and also come to our networking social, which always takes place the third Thursday of the month. The next one will be October 19th from 6 to 8 p.m., and that will actually be our annual meeting that will be held at our office at 3611 South Grand Boulevard in the city. And we're always looking to connect people together, and so that's where you can meet us.
Fantastic. All right, thank you both. And we have more with St. Louis Crisis Nursery after this break. Stay with us.